And welcome to San Antonio to Hornet Stadium for a battle in 26 6A district play between the 1-3 Smithson Valley Rangers and the 4-1 East Central Hornets. On the Rangers Network, I'm Brain Freeman alongside Tony Brubaker. Both teams coming off of their bye for this past week. 2 weeks ago, the Rangers picked up their first win of the season, a 52-33 win over Canyon. Meanwhile, the Hornets may be one of the biggest surprises, Tony, in the district so far.
They are indeed, and they're doing it the old-fashioned way. They're running the football, and defense isn't giving up big plays. They're forcing turnovers, getting short fields for their offense. They can run the ball. We know that, and that will be the biggest challenge for the Rangers.
Again, Smithson Valley looking to pick up a second win in a row. Meanwhile, the Hornets trying to stay undefeated, move to 3-0 in 26 6A play. Should be a good matchup coming up tonight here in San Antonio. Back with more pregame coverage. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
Our family at Summer Hill Dental is part of the community, and we've either been Rangers, are Rangers, or soon will be. Dr. Matt Bayless and Summer Hill Dental have been taking care of Ranger smiles for over a decade because we are your Smithson Valley dentist.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal ISD. The Comal Independent School District is a fast-growing and innovative district with more than 23,000 students. Families are attracted to Comal ISD because of its family values, neighborhood schools, and safe environments. Come to Comal ISD. And Chicken Express, home of world-famous chicken tenders and legendary Chicken-y sweet tea. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express. And Physicians Premier. Our conveniently located freestanding ERs are fully equipped and expertly staffed so you get the best care closest to home. At Physicians Premier, you'll find faster service, friendly doctors, and a comfortable level like no other. And Texas Regional Bank. Buying or building a home? We have construction and mortgage loans to help. For all your personal or business banking needs, Texas Regional Bank. The people you know. And Texas 46, a home-style hill country restaurant, has been in the Spring Branch community for over 30 years, where the focus is on a Lone Star favorite, slow-cooked barbecue. We can cater or host your next large event, too. Welcome to Texas 46.
Welcome back inside Hornet Stadium in San Antonio for this 26 6A matchup between Smithson Valley and the East Central Hornets. The Rangers 1-3. The Hornets are red-hot 4-1. Earlier, the coin toss was won by the Hornets, electing to defer. So, Tony, we will see Smithson Valley's offense out there first. And again, an offense coming off of a 52-point outburst 2 weeks ago.
And you look at this game, a game of a team that's second in the district versus a team that's sixth or tied for whatever that is at 1-1, tied for third. It's not a premier game in the district, but for these two teams, it's the biggest game of the year because we talk about this all the time. There's 4 teams that make it to the playoffs. You know Judson's going to make it. You know Steele's going to make it. You probably think Clemens is, so there's one spot left between the other 5 teams. We already beat Canyon. This is a big game because they think they're in the lead right now.
And guess who's up next for Smithson Valley after this one tonight? Judson and Steele. Back deep for the Rangers, 2 returners away, including the freshman Kason Wells, along with Ethan Sill. Both have looked pretty good in the return game so far this year. Kicking off for the Hornets is Jonathan Garcia. The Rangers have never lost to East Central, 7-0 all time, and all the games routes. Here's the kick. Heading towards Sill, fields it at the 10. Out across the 15, breaks a tackle across the 25. Down the sideline, Ethan Sill puts the Rangers in business near midfield. And they will mark him out right around the 50-yard line. Great return again there from Sill.
great job, and I think each of his returns has been real similar. If he makes the first guy miss, he gets by that first one. He has a line of blocking. Normally it was to the right last weekend. This time to the left because that's where they kicked it, and he had a great run back.
They mark him out of the 46-yard line, make it the 47, so about 37 yards on the return there for Ethan Sill, who was averaging about 37 yards a return this season. So here is Levi Williams making his 17th career start so far, 11-5 as a starter. And again, last week accounted for 5 touchdowns and a 52-point outburst for the Ranger offense. A quick flag throw before the first snap of the game.
Play clock run out.
Delay of game against Smithson Valley.
Well, when did they? There's no way a 40-second clock ran out on us. I mean, we just took the field, so that's a quick. I think Larry Hill's asking as well, how did that clock get there already?
Flags have been a bit of an issue for the Rangers so far in district play. 7 penalties in each of the first 2 26-6A games. So 1st and 15 from the 42. The senior quarterback with a quick throw to Ethan Sill, charging forward inside of midfield. And down to the Hornet, 49-yard line. The Rangers there pick up about 9 yards. That'll set up 2nd down and 6.
With 2 receivers set to either side, you just had the outside receiver go up and block. He caught the ball in the slot and had some room to run.
We see Sill check out, or actually Casey Wells, beg your pardon, check out a receiver. Driven Radaball checks in. Big Ranger offensive line, we spoke about that a couple of weeks ago, and a new starter left guard tonight, Nathan Muchagemba. On 2nd and 6, handoff to Sill running left. He's got space inside the 40 and down to the Hornets' 37-yard line. A lot of Ethan Sill so far tonight for Smithson Valley.
Well, 3 plays, including a kickoff return, and he's been the ball carrier on all 3. That's just the jet sweep that he caught moving. Got some great seal blocks from the left side of the line and had plenty of room to go.
Mentioned Muchagamba, 6'4", 270, a sophomore left guard tonight. Filling in for Merrick Everett, who is out for this game for the Rangers. You have Logan Smith, the left tackle, 6'4", 245, the center. Devin Smith, 6'4", 240. Run play on 1st down. Up the gut of the Hornet defense and to the 31-yard line. That'll set up 2nd down and about 6 to go rather, as Jacob Fortone has the carry for the Rangers. Again, an effective game running the football a couple of weeks ago. And now 2nd down and yes, a gain of 6, so 2nd and 4 to go.
Well, we didn't see Franco take the field last week. Frash had a game that was decent, another one. Fortone came in and really set the tone. Now Franco in with him.
On 2nd down and 4 for the Hornet 31. It is a sweep for Fortone, trying to cut it back to his right. And the Hornets drag him down. He'll lose yardage on the tackle there for East Central was Michael Brown, the team's leading tackler. A loss of 2 makes it 3rd down and 6.
And Christian Kaufman, the right side tackle, kind of forced up the field. Fortone had a chance to get outside where he had some blocking, but I think it was Kaufman who kind of set the tone inside, then Brown came and cleaned it up.
The right side of the offensive line, right guard Taylor Brooks, 6 feet 260. The right tackle Ronald Copney, 6'5", 260 as well. Here's a shot towards end zone on 3rd down for Sill. Overshot though. Levi Williams for Sill with good coverage down the field as well from D'Angelo Rosemond. That'll set up 4th down and 6 for the Rangers in what should be 4-down territory.
Good coverage on the play. Tried to find Steele down the sideline. Levi had good time, so that's something to watch.
I mentioned Copney. I cheated him 20 pounds, 6'5", 280. And again, committed to play at Texas State. So here we go. 4th down offense for the Rangers. 4th down and 6 at the East Central 33. Snap back to Williams. Here's a Hornet blitz. Williams on the rollout, running out of time. Throws the ball to Gilliam. Broke it up, though. Nice defensive play made by Sebastian Rodriguez. And the Rangers turn the ball over on downs.
I don't know if Jeremiah didn't expect the ball as quick as it came, but he only stuck one hand up for it and then got hit. If he had 2 hands up it, he might have had a chance to pull it in. A difficult play to be successful on for sure.
The Hornets defensively have been playing some pretty good football this season, only giving up 24 points per game, more than 20 points fewer than they gave up a year ago. And now the Hornets offense out for the first time, taking over on downs at their own 33. And here is senior quarterback Austin Trainer. Looking to throw on his first play. Trainer throws the ball away. Good Ranger coverage. Closest receiver there was Taylor Neal for East Central. And now 2nd and 10 for the 33.
Tough play to look at there. Did he get outside the tail box? Because he just threw it away and there was no receiver near. He obviously got it past the line of scrimmage, so that's one of the keys. He was back there a long time to just throw the ball nowhere.
Again, tonight we are watching number 5, Michael Stevens, there in the backfield along with Trainer and Rosemont, a tailback, but right now lined up in the slot for the Hornets on 2nd and 10. And now he comes in motion. Rosemont on the pitch, has a block on the outside across the 40-yard line. Motors across the 45 and sent out of bounds there at around the 46 by Jalen Nutt. Great second down run there for D'Angelo Rosemont.
We've talked about a couple of sophomores throughout the course of this season kind of growing up as primetime players. Jalen Nutt has turned into a really good cornerback. That's a great open field tackle while he's being blocked to reach out and get a hold of Rosemont and being able to push him out of bounds.
Rosemont's had some big games this season. The season opening win over Corpus Christi Ray. Scored 4 times and ran for 135 yards. 1st and 10 for the 46. Trainer on the play fake. High throw, reeled in. Receiver across the 45 and maybe a yard. That's it. Tackle made by Sill. The other receiver, Adrian Zapata. 2nd down and 10 to go.
They have a couple of receivers, actually 3 receivers with 5, 7, and 8 catches on the season. Again, Trainer's only completed 32, so they don't throw it a lot, but I think they've sensed that Smithson Valley wants to give them the pass more than the run tonight.
3 minutes gone by the opening quarter. No score here from San Antonio. Empty backfield now for Trainer. 5 receivers on 2nd and 10 at his zone 46. Takes a shotgun snap. Trainer throws to the near side. Incomplete. Again looking for Zapata. Coleman'sberger in on coverage. And just like that, 3rd down and 10.
Smithson Valley, again, don't know all the ideas that East Central wanted to come in with, but seeing them throw the ball this much just has been against everything they've done all season.
And we see maybe their best playmaker check out of the game. Stevens goes to the sideline for the Hornets. Frank Lott, the big tailback, is in the backfield now with Trainer. 3rd and 10. The Hornets have to reach the Ranger 43 for a 1st down. Smithson Valley showing a blitz. They'll bring it. Trainer pressure, throws over the middle, caught, and a punching hit delivered by Thomas Zoig. Well short of the 1st down at the Hornet 49-yard line. The pass was brought in by Neal, and East Central will punt.
A little bit of pressure coming towards Trainer there. He got rid of it. And no chance to get a 1st down, but he got a completion.
And Trainer is also the team punter, by the way, so you do have to be wary of a potential fake because you know you have a thrower back there. Trainer, actually a fairly decent punter this season, averaging more than 40 yards per kick. And still back to return. Rugby-style punt here. Spiraling punt, and still has no play on it. It takes a friendly roll for East Central inside the 15-yard line, out of bounds at around the 10. That's a 41-yard punt. No return. 7:52 left, opening quarter. No score so far here from Hornet Stadium.
See now if the offense can get something on pace. They really have to be able to run the ball, I think, for Levi to have any chance to be efficient in the passing game.
First quarters have typically been an issue for the Rangers this season. They didn't score their first quarter points until 2 weeks ago in their last game against Canyon, scoring 2 first quarter touchdowns. First up for the 10. Williams with a handoff to Franco, looking for some real estate up the middle, but a lot of black and gold there for the Hornets. They'll swallow up Franco at the 12, 2nd down and 8.
Not a bad run. He seemed to have some momentum when he got hit. Offensive line still doing work, still looking to find some space for those running backs. Again,
Mark Franco did not have a carry against Canyon 2 weeks ago, as the Rangers set up 2nd and 8 at their own 12-yard line. Shotgun snap back to Williams. It's a give to Fortone. Cuts upfield across the 20-yard line and slammed out of bounds at around the 25. On the tackle there for the Hornets was Darian Quick, the junior safety. Nice run again from Fortone, the junior. The Rangers move the sticks.
He got outside left largely because of left tackle Logan Smith, who put 2 blocks on to get him some room and then tried to run downfield and find somebody else.
tough defense to run against. The Hornets only giving up about 110 yards on the ground per game. They held New Braunfels, albeit not a run-oriented offense, to 28 yards rushing on 15 tries 2 weeks ago. On 1st and 10, Williams on the quarterback run, a sweep to the outside and throws his shoulder into a Hornet defender as he sails out of bounds at about the 30-yard line, knocked out there by Ishad Knight. That's going to bring up 2nd down and about 6 to go.
So you got 2 yards on the first down. This time you get 4, a little bit better progress.
You keep doubling it, Tony, and eventually you'll be getting 28 yards on 1st down.
And you and I both know 1st downs is what this offense needs.
Yep.
Multiple 1st downs on the drive.
On 2nd and 6, Williams again on the keeper. Up the gut, able to break his way through a couple of tackles and tripped up at the 35, close to the 1st down marker. I believe, though, about a yard shy coming in on the tackle there. Michael Martinez, 3rd and 1 now for the Rangers.
With the fact that the Rangers have set 2, 3, and sometimes 4 receivers, Sebastian Rodriguez, who helped on that last tackle, is the only safety sitting in the middle of the field. That time came up for run support, but you'll have to see how they manage their secondary.
Radebaugh and Wells, the receivers left to Williams on 3rd and 1 as he sweep for Franco. He's got the 1st down and more into the 2nd level of the Hornet defense and dragged down to the 45-yard line.
Perfect example with 2 receivers on the left. You send one in motion. They're vacant of a guy over here. You put a hat on a hat, and Fortone had some room to get the 1st down.
Again, it's Sean Knight, the tackle there for the Hornets. One of their better secondary players actually lined up opposite of Knight on the far side of the field. That's Evian Thompson. 2 interceptions this season, 7 pass breakups. On 1st down and 10 for the 45. Pass towards Thompson, the defender we just spoke of, defending against Wells. Incomplete pass. 2nd and 10.
You know, there were a couple of receivers, Kuykendall and Wells, both over there. And Kuykendall was going to the right. Wells was coming in from the left. I'm not real sure who Levi was throwing to, and I don't really know it was a good idea to throw it where he threw it, man. Just kind of a questionable pass.
Like Thompson wears the number 4 for East Central, and he was maybe the best defender on the field for the Hornets in that win over to Braunfels 2 weeks ago. East Central's defense holding the Unicorns to only 12 points. On 2nd and 10, sweep here for the quarterback. Levi Williams puts out a stiff arm and skirts to the bounds of the Hornet 45-yard line. And again, right at the marker, about a yard shy, 3rd and 1.
It's real interesting to watch. Their defense is high energy, high force. They had all 11 guys inside about 7 yards that time at the snap. You make one good block on the edge like Levi got that time, and he got a big gain out of it.
Past the halfway mark of the 1st quarter, 5:38 left. No score here from San Antonio. A lot of hand signals coming from the Rangers sideline. Levi relays those to the huddle. Play clock under 5 as the offense sets up on 3rd and 1. Got to hurry here. Snap to Williams is high. Stumbles a bit as he got the football, trying to spin out of a tackle and stacked up for no gain. And again, the snap for the center, Devin Smith, took that play off schedule, and it brings up 4th down again.
Interesting play call on 3rd and 1 at the 45. You don't really expect this to be 4-down territory, but we could be wrong on that. They've had such success, especially coming left wide, that I'm really surprised they didn't come wide again.
Well, Jeremiah Gilliam is a punter, but he lines up at a receiver here as the Ranger offense stays out of the field. 4th and a yard for the Hornet 45. Here's a blitz. Williams on the sweep. Rams right into Martinez, the defender, that has a 1st down at the 42-yard line.
Great energy. Travis Fell, one of the defenders too, hit him, or I should say got hit and got run over. Levi just said he wasn't going to be stopped that time.
4:40 left, opening quarter. No score here from Hornet Stadium. Smithson Valley has put up some big numbers over the years against East Central. Tony and I were doing some math earlier today. Over the previous 4 meetings, Smithson Valley has outscored East Central 220 to 26. 1st down for the 41. Play fake for Williams. Under pressure, throws over the middle and incomplete. Broken up by guess who? Evian Thompson on the pass intended for Wells over the middle. 2nd and 10.
The freshman went up and almost made a great catch. When he tried to bring it in, I think he got bumped just enough by the defender that he couldn't hang on to it. You've mentioned this a couple of times. They're really shuttling receivers in and out. There's 4, 5, 6, 7 of them ball catchers tonight, and they're all getting a chance for some snaps.
We see the tight end Austin Howell check out here, and you see the receivers right now in the huddle. Radaball and Wells, the only 2 wideouts. Check it, Jeremiah Gilliam also out there. And in the backfield, a combination of Fortone and Franco. Franco on the carry on 2nd down, and he is slung back for a loss. And they will whistle him back at the 45-yard line. A loss of 4 yards will make it 3rd down and 14.
Questionable spot there as he got spun back. I don't know that he ever tried going again, but he lost about 3 yards of forward progress that time to set up 3rd and long.
Michael brought another tackle there for East Central. And I get the sense this might remain 4-down territory if you're Smithson Valley, so you may not need all 14 here.
Right.
On 3rd down, Hornets bringing a 4-man rush. Williams, great protection, taking a shot down the middle for Wells, a leaping catch inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. What a play by the freshman, Cason Wells.
Oh my, this time he went up and secured the ball initially and took the contact as he was in a crowd when he caught the ball. Levi got a great block from Franco to save him on the blitz there to have time to make that pass.
Wells listed at 5'9", looked like he was about 5 feet in the air when he made that catch. His 4th of the season. Now goal to go for the Rangers inside the Hornets 10 at the 8, and Wells stays in the game, lining up wide to the right. And now comes in motion. He'll take the handoff. Wells has a block inside the 5 and tripped up at about the 3. On the stop, Keyshawn King from the linebacker spot. 2nd and goal.
Smithson Valley going with the man with the hot hand, and that is Cason Wells. Did a great job of getting to the corner, then turning the corner.
And now he comes out. Radaball is back in. Howell again checks out for the Rangers as well. As they marked Wells out at the 4. 2nd and goal from there. 2 men in the backfield with Williams. High snap, hands off to Franco, got blasted right away. Lunges forward to the 3. Ricky Rodriguez, the linebacker, and the tackle there for the Hornets. And now 3rd and goal.
One of their inside linebackers who only had 6 tackles coming in. Rodriguez did a nice job of reading that one and stepping right into the hole.
East Central playing for its 3rd win in a row. The Rangers playing for the 2nd win this season. As Fortone will check out of the game here for Smithson Valley. Checking in is Eric Tietzman. He flanks out wide left, and 2 receivers to the right of the senior quarterback, Levi Williams, on 3rd and goal. Williams throwing for Tietzman. A jump ball, makes a catch over the shoulder. Touchdown, Smithson Valley.
Wow. That was an impressive catch by Tietzman, who slid his body to the outside, got pinned the defensive back on his hip, and really Levi threw it right where no one else could get it but him. Was curious if he was going to hang on to it, and the official waited till the end, till he went down to the ground, and he did hang on. What a nice play.
First touchdown catch of the season for Tietzman. Out for the PAT, Mason Reed, the kick is up. It's good, and the Rangers have struck first here, San Antonio. 2:21 left, opening quarter. Smithson Valley 7, East Central nothing. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
Come on in.
Hey, Coach, I'm here to try out for the Rangers mascot. I mean, what's better than the guy who Smithson Valley was named after?
Don't you mean Benjamin Smithson? You're Benjamin Franklin.
Smithson? Oh, that makes sense.
He was instrumental in founding this area in 1856. He was one of the first Rangers.
The first Ranger. What position did he play for you, Coach?
He was a Texas Ranger, a Western lawman.
I get it now. I like where this is headed. Be right back. Hey, Coach, how about another perfectly executed shameless plug while I'm gone?
If you need video production work, there's no finer organization than WIC Productions. It's who we trust for Rangers Network and game night scoreboard production at Ranger Stadium.
Well,
oh, you nailed it.
Rangers we will be!
WIC Productions. Watching a video is just better than reading stuff.
And welcome back inside Hornets Stadium. A little more than 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, 2:21. In fact, Rangers on top, 7-0. And kicking off following the touchdown pass, Williams to Tietzman. And the kickoff will sail out of bounds off the foot there of Mason Reed. Now the Hornets will start at their own 35-yard line, down 7-0. Smithson Valley marching 90 yards in about 5 minutes on the drive. And again, ending on 3rd and goal. A corner route run there by Tietzman. Perfect pass from Levi Williams. His 4th touchdown pass this season, and now the 29th of his career. So instead of taking the ball to 35, Hornets head coach Joe Hubbard will challenge the Rangers to kick this again.
Kind of puzzling because, yeah, you get great field position.
But you do consider the return men back here for East Central and Rosemont at the far side and Stevens on the near side.
The wind seems to be blowing more from left to right than in his face, and Mason really hasn't had too much trouble all year getting it to the end zone.
Not at all.
Kind of surprised on that kick altogether.
Kicks off again. Angled towards the far side, and again the ball sails out of bounds. And so they make him kick this from 5 yards further back from the 30. And yep, that's what Coach Hubbard wants to do. He'll make Mason Reed try this for a 3rd time.
I don't know that I've seen that in a long time with the yardage you get out of a kick out of bounds.
And Coach Hill will bring in the troops and talk to them about the approach on this upcoming kickoff. A look at the 26-6A standings, by the way. Again, no games played last week. All 8 teams on a bye. There was one game played last night, won by Judson over New Braunfels, 37-11. The Rockets now first place all alone at 3-0. In second, East Central, 2-0 record in 26-6A play.
Do you think Mason wants to kick it to the right corner? Do you think that's where he's aiming?
Appears to be. And now he comes the opposite way. Stevens fields it at the 20 and will head it off to Rosemont. Rosemont across the 40. Gets a block. Cutting it inside. The kicker, the tackle, Reed, at around the Ranger 39-yard line. And now maybe we know why Coach Hubbard wanted the Rangers to kick the football.
Maybe we do.
Big return there from D'Angelo Rosemont. And the Hornets in business trying to respond to the Ranger drive. 1st and 10 of the Smithson Valley 38 to start this next possession.
Rosemont's the running back who had the big 73-yard touchdown run against New Braunfels that kind of turned the tide in that win.
Came early in the 3rd quarter for East Central. Trainer on 1st down. Hands off to Rosemont in the backfield, slung for a loss. Zoig shot right through, as did Trey Witcher for the tackle. Back at the 40-yard line, loss of a yard there. Will set up 2nd down and 11.
The funny thing about Trey Witcher is he's still only a junior. He's made some plays last year as a sophomore, this year making more as a junior. He's a heck of a defensive tackle.
Actually loss of 2 there, so 2nd and 12. And on 2nd down, Trainer facing a blitz, throws to his left, it's complete. And Romano able to finally bring down the receiver. Also in there on the tackle for the Rangers was Zoig. Catch was made by Jordan Perry, just his 3rd catch this season. Picks up about 4 yards there to bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it 7. Perry was the one that iced the game against the Chronicles 2 weeks ago, recovering a fumble for a touchdown. On third down, a sweep for Rosemont. Turns a corner. Angles for the sideline. Rosemont set it out of bounds by Sill. And I believe he's got it out for the first down at around the 27-yard line. And yes, first down East Central.
I'm not sure who got held, but somebody on the left side, the outside of our defense, was held by their right tackle, Sanchez, and couldn't get outside because of that.
Fresh set of downs here for the Hornets. On first down, it is a run for Stevens, and he is sent back at the 31-yard line by Trey Moore. Good-looking sophomore, 6 feet 215. Another tackle for loss for him this season, his third. A loss of 4 there for the Hornets, second and 14.
Be interesting to see as they now get near the red zone what their play calling is like, because they've really liked running the ball here in this stretch.
Inside of a minute to go in the first quarter, Rangers leading 7-0. In the backfield, Frank Lott, one tailback, Stevens the other. It is a run for Stevens and tripped up again in the backfield. Several Rangers in on that play. Colmasberger comes out of the pile for Smithson Valley, as does Will Gibbons. And now third down and 14 for the Hornets after no gain.
And I'd add that Corey McElroy was down there at the bottom. Great job that time by both Trainer and Perry to carry out the fake after he handed it to Stevens. I don't think anybody near the ball was faked out, but somebody on the right side of our defense did stay with them.
This has got to be a passing down for East Central here. The Rangers showing a blitz. They'll bring it. Trainer pressured on the rollout, throws the ball high. It's caught. Perry the catch. McElroy, though, the tackle at the sideline at about the 23, well short of the first down. Will set up fourth down at about 7 to go. And that the final play of the first quarter. A third and goal touchdown pass. Levi Williams to Eric Teachman, our only score in the game's first 12 minutes. Start of the second quarter coming up. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
Since I've had GVTC installed in my office, I've been able to get a lot more done. With fiber speeds up to a gig a second, I can turn in all my schoolwork on time, keep up on social media, and watch game film with no interruptions.
Whoa, we haven't even played that game yet.
Yeah, it's that fast.
Enjoy uninterrupted entertainment with your favorite apps through our professionally installed GVTC Wi-Fi home network. Log on to gvtc.com to sign up today.
Welcome back to San Antonio. Smithson Valley on top 7-0. Following the end of the first quarter, we get a touchdown pass on the Rangers' second possession from 3 yards out. Levi Williams to Eric Teachman, our only score in the game. Hornets still the football to start the second quarter and faced with fourth down and 6 at the Smithson Valley 23, and the Hornets will send out the field goal unit. Noah Chavez, a sophomore, to attempt from 40 yards away. Low snap set down by Trainer. The kick not even close. It's picked up by the Rangers. Eggleston breaks a tackle and then slung down at about the 34-yard line. Awkward transition there from the snap to the hold, and then you saw Chavez kind of drag his foot on the turf as he approached the football, and the ball traveled all of 3 feet off the ground.
In their stats, 2 different guys have kicked field goals this year for them and have been successful. It looked awkward, like he hadn't done it too much before.
So the Ranger offense takes over again, coming off a scoring drive, their previous possession, and already leading 7-0. Now you hear the sideline warning there. There was a flag, but no actual yardage marked off, as that's the warning the Rangers get. They obviously keep possession as well. They'll set up shop at the 33-yard line.
See if their offense can get some rhythm again like they had on the last drive.
On first down, Williams hands off to Franco, cuts it upfield. Franco, physical run out near the 40-yard line, and some pushing and shoving there towards the end of the play as Franco's helped up by a couple of his teammates after a healthy gain of 7 yards, 2nd down and 3.
You know, it's interesting. We talk about our offensive line, how well they've blocked at times this year when we've run the ball. But I'd have to say that the other running back who's on the field blocks as well as any other running back that I've seen in high school football for years. Fortone that time had a great block down the field to give Franco some space.
Motion from Wells, high snap to the quarterback Williams. Fortone of the carry, spins his way down to the 46-yard line. First down pickup there for Jacob Fortone. And Tony, you bring up the point about great blocking backs. So what do? You reward the blocker by giving the ball the next play, and he gets you the first down.
And that time Franco had the great seal block on the outside to let Fortone catch back or cut back up to the field, upfield, and ended up getting a big gain out of it because of Franco's block.
1 minute gone by, second quarter. Smithson Valley on top, 7-0, looking for back-to-back wins with a really tough slate on the horizon. Next 2 weeks at home against Judson, on the road at Steele. On first down, motion from Sill, takes a handoff from Williams, turns the corner to his left. Sill puts his shoulder into a Hornet defender and brought down at about the 47-yard line. Stop made by Michael Brown there for East Central, only about a yard there for Sill, 2nd and 9.
Great job by East Central just kind of stringing that one out, and really Sill kept looking for somewhere to cut back upfield, and there just wasn't anywhere.
See Radabaugh and Howell check out at receiver and tight end respectively. Gilliam, Sill, and Wells, the receivers here on 2nd and 9. See Luis Camacho at fullback. It is a throw for Wells on the screen. Makes the catch, turns upfield, tight ropes the sideline, and they will mark him out at the Hornet 46. Good 2nd down play. That'll make 3rd down manageable, about 3rd down and 4.
You mentioned earlier some pushing and shoving. Seems to be every time there's someone by the sideline, there's an extra shot being laid by both teams, really. I don't know that Smithson Valley hasn't done that a couple of times either.
And again, Tony, this is such a significant game. You and I laid this out earlier. If you are to assume that 3 of the playoff locks will be Judson, Steele, and Clemens, that means that somebody has to stand out from the rest of the group. These 2 teams are in that group.
Right.
On 3rd down, Williams on the quarterback run up the middle, cutting inside the 30-yard line, still running and wheels down to the Hornet 24 before he is dragged down right there by Justin Gutierrez. An impressive run, maybe the best tonight by Levi Williams.
And Levi there had made everyone miss him, including the safety. If not pursuit from the defensive tackle, he's in the end zone.
Again, Williams coming off his best running game of the season against Canyon, and the best quarterback running game in quite some time. 200 yards on the ground in the win over the Cougars. And a couple of times, Tony was going in untouched.
Yes.
First down for the East Central 24. Wells, the motion man. They'll fake it to him. Bouncing to his left is Williams and dragged down to the 25 by Gutierrez. So that time Williams will lose a yard to set up second down and 11. 3 minutes gone by in the second. Smithson Valley on top, 7-0.
Gutierrez was the tackle on the right side, the defensive right side, our left side. As Levi went left, he had one man to get around, and he was going to get 5 or 6 yards, and Gutierrez just simply reached out and grabbed him and was able to bring him down. Great individual play.
This, the Rangers' 3rd possession of first, a turnover on downs, their 2nd a touchdown. On 2nd and 11, off a play fake, Williams taking a shot towards end zone for Sill, leaps, makes the catch. Touchdown, Smithson Valley.
Wow.
Ethan Sill went right over the defender, Rene Fernandez, and plucked the ball out of the air for his 2nd touchdown catch of 2018.
Really, it's just the difference between seeing the ball. The defender wasn't looking. Ethan did. He knew when to stick up his hands and made a great leaping catch.
So Levi Williams' first 3 games this season, really tough, trying to get into a rhythm of the passing game, but dating back to 2 weeks ago against Canyon and tonight, in far better shape as we see Stevens run right behind the Ranger kick block unit, or kick protection unit, I should say, a blatant offsides against East Central. So the Rangers will inch closer for this PAT from Mason Reed. The holder is Gilliam, and the deep snapper is John Beck.
They actually put it right back at the 3-yard line.
So Beck to snap to Gilliam for Reed's kick. At a 14-0 lead, and the kick is blocked. And it is picked up by Thompson on the return. This could be worth 2 points. Thompson down the far sideline and steps into bounds at around the 40. So you'll hold your breath moment there for Smithson Valley, and the lead remains 13-0, 8:32 to go, second quarter. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
Chicken Express is the place for legendary chicken tenders, the freshest sides, and the best sweet tea in Texas, Chicken E Sweet Tea. Let's give a big thank you to the Brown family for supporting all the high schools in the area for over a decade. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express.
And welcome back to San Antonio. Smithson Valley on top, now 13-0, 8:32 to go in the first half, coming off a 9-play, 65-yard drive that came after the Rangers got a blocked field goal, and then the Hornets, lo and behold, later get a block on the PAT, and so it is a 13-0 Ranger lead. Drive ending on a touchdown pass. Williams, the second tonight, to Ethan Sill, his second touchdown catch this season. Kickoff from Mason Reed with the wind to his back, and again a very slight breeze. Kicks up ball deep into the end zone, and the Hornets start at their own 25-yard line, trailing 13-0.
You know, you look at all the flags. The American flag is in the end zone, barely moving. The flags on their side of the stadium look to be, again, going away from us. So as when Mason Reed kicked off the first time, they were left to right. Maybe that's why it went out of bounds right both times. But he didn't seem to be able to get the ball up the field at all, and this time. What?
I think they're calling Smithson Valley for having been offsides on the kickoff, so Mason Reed will have to do this from 5 yards further back. And we saw what the Hornets can do in the return game.
Yes.
So Reed's got to be careful here in his placement. Preferably can place it back into the end zone again.
Let's stay on sides. We don't want 3 kicks this time.
Here's Reed's kick. It's shorter and taken to the goal line by Rosemond. And he will fake the handoff to Stevens, keeps it himself. Rosemond jets across the 25-yard line and buried at around the 32. So 8:24 to go in the second. Hornet football. Last drive took them into field goal range, where again the kick was blocked after an awkward snap of the football and the hold set down by a trainer. Offense comes back out down 13-0.
Be curious to see if they stay down 2 scores, if they stay with the running game that proved to be fairly efficient last time.
This an offense averaging more than 30 points per game this season. It on first down from the 32. Trainer with the handoff to the left side that time. Witcher, Moore, all there for Smithson Valley along with Eggleston. Not a whole lot there for the Hornets. In fact, no gain. It's second down and 10 off the carry there for Frank Lott, his first tonight.
You could say that the defensive line of the Rangers tonight has been the most dominant of these 2 lines. Their offensive line has been able to open up holes all year, but not tonight.
On second and 10. And they will flip it to Damon Davis. Has nowhere to go. Moore again, another play for Smithson Valley coming from his defensive end spot. Finished off by Eggleston. A loss back to the 28-yard line. A loss of about 4 yards there. Third down and long.
And I got to believe their offensive line are going to start questioning one another. There is so much penetration from the defensive line that play, which took a long time to develop, was blown up by the time he got there.
Third down and 14. The Hornets have to reach their own 43 for a first down. Rangers showing a blitz, whistles blow, movement by the East Central offensive line. Mentioned earlier some of the Ranger issues with flags in district play. The Hornets flagged 17 times in their first two 26-6A games. And there, Tony, I wonder if that's the case. So this offensive line getting a bit jittery.
Yeah.
You know, given just how much they've been dominated so far by the Rangers' defensive front.
I don't think there's any doubt they want to get off a good block, and somebody got in a hurry.
So it has gone from 3rd down and 19 to 3rd down and 24. And on 3rd and long, Trainer, a deep drop, trying to set up a screen, and right there, guess who? Moore, first contact of Stevens, although he breaks the initial tackle with a flag flying. Right there at the point of attack, with Stevens dragged down to the 30-yard line, held to a gain of 6. And we'll check the flag.
Curious call, because it did not look like it could be a face mask because he was kind of up in the air with nobody around him. But it'll be an interesting call. A long discussion for sure.
About to hit the halfway point of the second quarter, 6:05 left. Rangers leading 13-0. 2 touchdown passes so far tonight for Levi Williams.
No flag.
And they will pick up the flag.
Just an interesting tidbit. You mentioned as we near the midway point of the second quarter, this drive has gone on for almost 2.5 minutes.
And did net a first down.
And it didn't get a first down.
Yeah. That's 2 minutes of game time. How much of real time? A week? Out to punt is Trainer, still back to return. Trainer against the rush gets off the rugby-style punt, and Sill will watch it bounce inside the 35, rolls down to the 31-yard line. Ranger ball on top by 2 scores. Mentioned the touchdown passes so far tonight for Williams, gives him 30 in his career. Now a touchdown interception ratio of 30-8 in 17 starts at Smithson Valley.
And what, 5-0, 5-0 this year?
That's correct. Completion percentage leaving a lot to be desired coming into the game. Through his first 4 starts this year, Williams 45 of 111 in pass attempts. A completion percentage of 41%. But, again, you got the sense that the rhythm was established last week, or 2 weeks ago in the last game, and has picked up from where they left off. On first down, it is a reverse to Wells on the handoff from Franco, running left across the 35-yard line, and the freshman stumbles forward to the 40. Good for 9 yards.
The offensive line did a great job of selling it almost like pass blocking as they kind of tried to hold their men out. And then the best block of the whole run was Fortone out on the right or on the left edge.
This Smithson Valley's first visit to Hornet Stadium since 2016, a game the Rangers won then 65-6.
And it wasn't that close.
Outgained the Hornets in that game 535 yards to 71. On second down and short, it is a run for Franco. Bounces off the first tackle attempt and muscles his way across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Gain of 8 there for Mark Franco, and the Rangers move the chains.
Center Devin Smith and their tackle Christian Kaufman have gone out at man-on-man 2 plays in a row and ended up somewhere in the backfield on both plays, getting up as the last 2 guys to get up off the floor. It'd be interesting to see if that continues.
So Gilliam and Wells, the receivers here. The tight end Howell also out there on first down. High snap for Williams, gathers it in on the run. The senior quarterback on the move, and he will shoot out of bounds at around the Hornet 45-yard line. That's good for about 8, 2nd and 2.
Every coach that went into this game last night or tonight had 2 weeks to prepare for its opponent. What we've clearly seen from Larry Hill in this game is they're sending motion away from the direction they're running. That's been the 5th or 6th time they've done it tonight. Obviously trying to take a tendencies of the overall speed and pursuit of the Hornets and make them miss, and we've got some nice runs out of it.
On 2nd down and 2. Handoff to Fortone. Cuts up the middle, slicing back to his right. A flag flies in. As it stands right now, 1st down for Fortone, but this is usually in the neighborhood of a hold.
That'd be the guess right now. Not real sure who we saw, and without the evidence of replay, we can't see officially who did it, but
it is holding against the Rangers. I mentioned earlier, by the way, there was 126-6A game played Thursday, won by Judson over New Braunfels 37-11. Tonight, Canyon hosting Clemens, their Cougar Stadium, and San Marcos, the district newcomer, on the road facing Steele. Second down and 12 after the penalty against the Rangers offensive line. 4 minutes to go, second quarter. Smithson Valley in control so far, leading 13-0. On 2nd down, Williams back to throw, facing a blitz, takes a shot down the field, down the sideline. Gilliam, a jumping attempt, did he make it? He did. Lands on his back and makes a catch to the 24-yard line.
Coverage by Rodriguez, I think. That Gilliam just did what I thought Sill did in the touchdown, is he just waited till the ball got close. He's the only one looking at the ball because the defender isn't, and goes up and gets it.
Well, how about the plays the Ranger receivers have made tonight as East Central calls for a timeout? You go back to the touchdown of the first quarter by Eric Teetsman, who ran a great route to get behind the defense. Ethan Sill on his touchdown catch took the ball away from the defender, Rene Fernandez, and on that grab there, Gilliam again facing good coverage, outplayed the defender to get to the football, and Smithson Valley's receivers are having themselves a ball game so far.
We've talked in each of the previous 4 games, this being the 5th game, who would step up and play. We've seen a number of them step up tonight.
For the Hornets at their first timeout, they have 2 remaining with 3:49 remaining here in the first half. And remember, Smithson Valley will get the football to start the second half. East Central won the coin toss tonight, and they elected to defer.
We talked about the East Central drive, took a little over 2 minutes of game time and didn't get a first down. The Rangers have got a couple of first downs, and they're still under 2 minutes on this drive.
Very efficient from Smithson Valley, trying to build upon this 13-0 lead. They beat the Hornets a year ago at Ranger Stadium 54-0. Big game for Levi Williams in, completing 11 passes for 242 yards. And nearly half of those passes, 5 of them, good for touchdowns. On first down, run here up the middle. A lot of room for Franco. Bowles inside the 15 and down to the Hornet 13-yard line, gain of 11 and a first down.
Did he see a hole or what? He kind of started out going to the left and turned right away, and there was a room there to drive quite a big vehicle through. Offensive line seems to be really picking up the momentum.
Not a ton of size up front for East Central across the front of this 3-4. And on first down, Williams operates out of the shotgun on the quarterback keeper up the middle. Darts up to about the 10. That's good for 3. Second and 7. You look at the starters up front. Christian Kaufman, maybe their best defensive lineman, 6 feet 225. The nose tackle, Austin Respondek, 6'1", 225. And Justin Gutierrez, also 6'1", 225. You play at 3-4, Tony. You want the guys tipping the scales at around 270, in some cases at the nose guard position, 300 pounds.
You would hope so.
Timeout now called by Coach Hill for the Rangers. That is their second. They have one left with 2:48 to go on the second quarter clock, and the Rangers again leading 13-0. Next week, Smithson Valley back home at Ranger Stadium to take on district favorite Judson. We'll have that game for you here on the Rangers Network. Meanwhile, these East Central Hornets on the road at Canyon a week from tonight.
So the winner has the edge. We've talked about that. in the head-to-head, they'll both be, if Smithson Valley wins, they'll both be 2-1. But the winner has the edge as far as who's going to be that fourth team in the playoffs, if everything stays the way it's been.
We keep talking about that secondary group to include Smithson Valley, East Central, Canyon, New Braunfels, and San Marcos. Two of Smithson Valley's wins would have come over the group, so a big leg up in that regard. You look ahead towards the end of the schedule, Smithson Valley's final 2 games, San Marcos and New Braunfels. Mentioned Coach Hill calling for the timeout. This is a homecoming of sorts for Coach Hill, his alma mater, East Central High School here in San Antonio.
Said he knows both fight songs, both alma mater songs.
Haven't heard him sing them, though.
Yeah.
On the second down play, Williams on the play fake and the rollout pass, complete to Austin Howell, and walks in untouched for another Ranger touchdown. A 3-touchdown night for Ranger quarterback Levi Williams for Howell, his first touchdown catch at Smithson Valley. Remember, the Hornets blocked the PAT in the previous try by the Rangers. John Beck to snap it to Gilliam, set down, kick up by Reed. It's good, and the Rangers have a 20-0 lead with 2:42 to go in the second quarter. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
We've got spirit? Yeah, we do. Fill up your tank and support the Rangers, too. When you get gas, look for the Rangers Spirit Pump because Pit Stop and Fishers are donating a percentage of sales from that pump to the Smithson Valley Athletic Booster to support our student athletes. Get gas here and fill up the Booster Club's bank. Here's where you can find your Spirit Pumps. When you see it, pull up and fill up, Rangers.
Welcome back to San Antonio. Smithson Valley on top, 20-0. Coming off another touchdown pass from Levi Williams, his third tonight. Capping off a 7-play, 69-yard drive in 3 minutes and 1 second. Drive ending on a 10-yard strike. Williams to Austin Howell, the Smithson Valley tight end. A squib kick here on the kickoff, fielded by Thompson, and he runs backwards, lassoed by Eggleston, and then wrapped up at about the 24-yard line. Kind of a dangerous play, though, by Eggleston. Wrapped his arm around the helmet of Thompson. Everybody seems to be okay. First down Hornets coming up at their own 24-yard line, trailing 20-0.
And no flag when you thought maybe he got face mask or even got the back or the ear hole. Anything could be thrown as a penalty there.
Now, the Hornets did come from behind at halftime against New Braunfels 2 weeks ago, but the deficit, nothing like this. It was only a 7-3 game going into the locker room 2 weeks ago at Unicorn Stadium. Trainer on first down. Calls for motion from Davis, hands it off instead to Rosemond. Here's a cut back across the grain to the 30-yard line, across the 40. A burst of speed, and he's gone. Down the far sideline, no flags. Touchdown East Central. '76-yard run, D'Angelo Rosemond, his longest this season, and the Hornets have responded. Well, that kid is a playmaker. D'Angelo Rosemond plays both ways, also plays corner for the Hornets, a kick returner and an explosive running back in this East Central offense. Has ignited some life into this crowd. PAT is up, it is good, and East Central back in the game. 2:23 left, second quarter. Smithson Valley 20, East Central 7. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
Let's go, hurry up, get the play in.
Okay, here we go. Left retainer, headgear, no popcorn, straight teeth.
That's a good call. Headgear? Straight teeth?
Yeah. Good call.
What's going on here? I thought I left you in charge. It was a good call.
It was a great call. It was a really good call.
Okay. Run the play!
We brought up a stat earlier in the game that East Central's offense is averaging 30 points per game this season, significant because a year ago when the Hornets went winless going 0-10, they averaged only 11 points a game, increasing that by more than 20 or nearly by 20 points a game this season. A big reason for that, explosive playmakers on this year's team. Just saw one of them, D'Angelo Rosemont, knife his way through the Ranger defense for a 76-yard touchdown run. Hornets on the board, trailing 20-7 with 2:23 to go in the second.
Still time for the Rangers to answer because the Hornets surely did.
Ensuing kickoff from Garcia, fielded at the 15, but the fair catch was called for by Wells. He didn't believe he called for, looking back at the official.
Did you see his arm go up?
I did not.
I didn't either.
But the ball should be placed back up to the 25-yard line. Again, UIL adopts college football rules. Wells allowed to do that, to take the ball up to the 25-yard line. Still, I don't think Wells called for it.
I didn't see his arm go up at all.
Rosemont, by the way, that is 7th rushing touchdown of the season, leads a team. And again, just 2 weeks ago, reeled off a similar-looking run at 73-yarder in the 23-12 win over New Braunfels. First down, Rangers at their own 25. It is a run for Fortone. To his left, trying to slice it back up the middle. And it takes 2 Hornets to drag him down at his knees at the 31-yard line for 6. Second down and 4.
Interesting play call right off the start with the clock tight. Get a good first down run of 6 yards. Leads up to some different choices of play selection.
Would think, though, that you have to abandon the run at some point, although you do have 2 timeouts left here in the half. But the clock is ticking inside of 2 minutes now, and you have to navigate 70 yards for another touchdown. On second down, here's a run again, this time for Williams to the outside of the 35, sidesteps the defender, and cuts his way down to the 40-yard line for 9. That'll stop the clock to move the chains with 1:40 to go.
So now you expect the offense to move with a little more urgency. Again, yeah, the clock did stop for a moment.
You don't have to completely abandon the run, but at some point, you think you might want to favor the pass here. Now under 90 seconds to go in the half. Williams here will throw, facing the blitz, steps up against it and goes down. The Rangers will spin a timeout or no? Coach Hill not calling for one, not yet anyway.
Interesting, Levi had only 4 men rushed. One was a linebacker blitzing, but all 4 receivers were down past the 40-yard line, so they were all going long. Kind of tough. You have to have time to do that, and Levi felt like he wasn't going to.
Under a minute to go. It's now second down and 12 after the sack. Here's another blitz from East Central. Williams steps up and throws it deep for Radaball. Got tripped up in front of the Rangers sideline. There's the flag. Radaball got tangled up with Damian Quick, the junior safety. And this drive will move towards midfield. Fresh set of downs here for the Rangers with 47 seconds to go.
Radaball had a nice looking route going, and if he catches that one, he's a step ahead of Quick. He catches that on the run, he may be able to break it, and I think Quick felt that and said, I'm just going to go ahead and tackle him a little bit early so he can't.
Still feels like we are waiting for that breakout game from Draylen Radaball. Certainly looks the part, 6'2", 175 junior. As the call is made for the defensive pass interference. And the ball will be placed inside of Hornet territory with again 47 seconds to go, and the Rangers have 2 timeouts left.
They just pulled up the sticks, and the umpire who's marking it, I guess they moved the sticks to the right spot. He was kind of worried about where he was going to put the ball. Kind of curious why it's on the far hash when the ball penalty was on this hash.
On first down, 3 wide here for the senior quarterback, Levi Williams. Facing the blitz again, Williams over the middle for Howell. and got blown up by Quick. Coming off the flag thrown against him, makes the play there. 2nd down and 10. Dangerous throw, though, there by Levi Williams.
He kind of hung Howell out to dry a little bit.
And Howell shake it up as well. Thought he was coming off, but will stay on the field as we do see Garrett Brooks and Roundabaugh check out. Nick Kuykendall will check in. 43 seconds to go. On 2nd and 10 for the Hornet 48. Here's another blitz from East Central. Williams flushed out of the pocket. Airs out a pass down the field for Howell, but overshot him at about the 5-yard line. It stops the clock with 36 seconds left, and now 3rd and 10.
That whole thing about protecting the quarterbacks is just in the NFL, right? Maybe a little bit in college because Levi got hit by 2 different guys there, and one of them was a little bit late.
So 3rd and 10. Smithson Valley has to reach the Hornets 38-yard line rather for a 1st down. And again, 2 timeouts left for Coach Hill. On 3rd down, another blitz from the Hornets. Pump fake for Williams. Unloads a pass to the near side for Wells, but out beyond his reach at the 25. Defended down the field by Fernandez. Brings up 4th down, and the Rangers will send out the punting unit.
I think Levi wish he had that one back. He just put a little too much to the outside. If he leaves it closer to the hash than the numbers, then I think there's a chance that Wells can run to it. Because it was so far outside, he couldn't find that angle. It's an interesting play to see.
See Luke Gombert check in here on the punt team for Smithson Valley. And Gilliam, the punter, will take the snap with the 41. Rugby-style kick for Gilliam. Wobbles inside the 20. And will go out on the Rangers sideline at about the 16.
What do you think Gombert was doing out there?
I don't know. I don't recall seeing him on punt formations before.
I don't either.
Maybe now our vantage point here, Tony, is a lot closer than it typically is. So maybe I'm just noticing him for the first time, but I didn't find that curious. You have a quarterback out there along with the receiver punting on the 4th down play. So there's 23 seconds left in the half. The Hornets have 2 timeouts, but 84 yards in front of them as they set up shop with the 16. Coming off a 76-yard run for a score the previous drive. On 1st down, Stevens a call. Wrapped up at about the 17-yard line. Rangers gripping for the football. But Stevens able to hold on to it. And that should end the 1st half. And it will. So, after the bye week, the Rangers come back fresh and put up 20 points in the 1st half and take a 20-7 lead over the Hornets heading into the halftime locker room. Your score at the end of 2, Smithson Valley 20, East Central 7. Halftime coverage coming up. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
Smoky Mo's is great. You can feed a whole bunch of people on a little bit of money. It's perfect for Friday nights.
My boy's a football player, and this fills him up. The brisket is awesome.
I like brisket and sweet. Brisket. I can't say it.
They have the best turkey, brisket, sausage in all of Comal County.
I agree, and the kids love it too.
You're never going to play offensive line for the Rangers eating salad. Come get some beef.
Get your guns up!
Go Rangers! Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal ISD. The Comal Independent School District is a fast-growing and innovative district with more than 23,000 students. Families are attracted to Comal ISD because of its family values, neighborhood schools, and safe environments. Come to Comal ISD. And Chicken Express, home of world-famous chicken tenders and legendary Chicken-y sweet tea. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express. And Physicians Premier. Our conveniently located freestanding ERs are fully equipped and expertly staffed so you get the best care closest to home. At Physicians Premier, you'll find faster service, friendly doctors, and a comfortable level like no other. And Texas Regional Bank. Buying or building a home? We have construction and mortgage loans to help. For all your personal or business banking needs, Texas Regional Bank. The people you know. And Texas 46, a home-style hill country restaurant, has been in the Spring Branch community for over 30 years, where the focus is on a Lone Star favorite, slow-cooked barbecue. We can cater or host your next large event, too. Welcome to Texas 46.
Welcome back inside of Hornet Stadium in San Antonio. At the half, your score, Smithson Valley 20, East Central 7. Now performing on the field for the halftime show is the Smithson Valley Marching Band.
The Silver Spurs, along with the twirler Lauren Matula, will be performing the Kickoff in waiting on. Welcome the award-winning Silver Spurs.
Start of the third quarter coming up next. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
We've got spirit. Yeah, we do. Fill up your tank and support the Rangers, too. When you get gas, look for the Rangers Spirit Pump, because Pit Stop and Fishers are donating a percentage of sales from that pump to the Smithson Valley Athletic Booster to support our student athletes. Get gas here and fill up the Booster Club's bank. Here's where you can find your spirit pumps. When you see it, pull up and fill up, Rangers.
With GVTC Connect Home, I can get 24-hour-a-day security monitoring and even get alerts on my phone while I'm on the field at practice. I can lock and unlock my doors, arm and disarm the system remotely, and even see who's on my front porch right here on my smartphone. Coach, wipe your feet.
Let GVTC give you peace of mind when you're not at home. Sign up for GVTC Connect Home today.
Welcome back to San Antonio, ready for the start of the second half. And we will see the Hornets on offense first here in the third quarter. So, beg your pardon, we said earlier that the Rangers would get the ball first. The Hornets won the toss, elected to defer the start of the game. So, yes, it is East Central football to start the third quarter.
You mean they didn't choose to kick off of the snap?
That's happened before.
Yeah,
there have been teams that have done it before. Here is the kickoff by Reed, fielded by Rosemont. He's dangerous at the 7. Fakes a handoff to Stevens, trying to reverse his field. Able to cut back to his left and slung down by McElroy at the 20.
Rosemont is a special athlete. Let me just tell you, you know that because of what we've seen and talked about and read about with him. But right there on the kickoff return, he's cornered by 4 Rangers surrounding him, and he still got almost 10 yards.
And only a junior. The Rangers will see him again next season. Also a two-sport athlete at East Central, plays basketball for the Hornets as well. Not much in the passing game for Austin Traynor, the quarterback, in the first half. On first down, it is a handoff to Stevens, reverses it, running right, Davis across the 20-25, has a block for the quarterback, Traynor, and Damon Davis takes the football out to the 34 and slow to get up as well. Good first down play there for the Hornets, and a first down for East Central.
A little bit of misdirection again. Something we saw the Rangers do a little bit of. Trying to utilize their overall team speed.
Davis being more involved in the run game over the past couple of weeks. 4 carries for 74 yards in district play. And that a gain of 13. First down for the 33. Trainer with 4 receivers. Will throw to his right. A completion out to the 38-yard line. Zapata the catch. That'll keep the Hornets ahead of schedule here. Good first down play. Sets up second down and 6 to go.
Jalen Nutt with the coverage and the quick tackle so that nothing else could happen.
Again, not a lot going in East Central's pass game this season, but Zapata, one of their better red zone threats. 2 touchdown catches this season. One of them came in the 26-6A opener that went over San Marcos on second down and 6.
Witcher came out. Looks like he has contact issues.
It is a throw again, caught by Davis, turns his shoulders across the midfield stripe, and another first down courtesy of Damon Davis, one of their more dangerous receivers in the vertical passing game. And yes, you heard Tony mention that Witcher came out taking his place on the defensive line, Luke Simonaro, and we'll see if Witcher gets back out there.
Seemed to have, whether he washed out his eye or whatever he did, he seems to be ready to go again.
Simonaro stays out there for now. So the Hornets have quickly driven into Ranger territory now at the 47. Minute gone by in the third. Trainer hands off to Stevens up the middle, blasts his way up to the 44 before McElroy tackles him along with Moore. 3-yard gain there for the Hornets. Second down and 7.
Their running backs don't block for each other, but you saw there Rosemond got behind Stevens and helped push him through a tackle. They do like to help each other.
The combination of Stevens and Rosemond, really good in New Braunfels. The two combining for 258 yards rushing on only 26 attempts. On second down, pass batted down by McElroy. Nearly picked it off. Left high in the air to knock that one down from Trainer. And now third down and 7.
I'm not sure when he took off if he thought he was going to get it, but by the time that ball came to him, I think he realized I should be able to catch this. He ended up batting it down on a good defensive play.
13-point Ranger lead. Approaching the 10-minute mark of the third quarter. Hornets may be facing 4-down territory as the visiting Ranger crowd chants defense. Third and 7. Trainer back to throw, facing the pressure. Throws right, and a tackle made immediately followed the catch by Zapata. Good open field tackle from Jalen Nutt. Will set up 4th down and 9.
Here's the difference between a successful wide receiver screen and a non-successful one. When the other receivers don't block, it doesn't
work. It's not really a screen anymore, is it?
Davis was over there with him, and he just stood there. He didn't go after anybody.
So I openly wondered if this was 4-down territory for East Central. It is not, as Coach Hubbard is electing to punt the ball away. But again, Trainer is a quarterback, and he's back to throw a fake and a completion to the 40-yard line, but not a first down. Thomas Zoig led that for the Rangers, tackling Charles Oglesby, who made the catch, and the Rangers take over at their own 40-yard line.
I could be wrong, but there were blockers there to lead that play, and none of them went after Thomas Zoig. There were 3 guys out there in front of him to block that one to success, and none of them go after the only white jersey that's there.
Here's the thing. Some people get upset if you call for a fake punt deep in your own end, but at least in that situation, if you're the return team, you think he's punting the football. If you're punting inside of midfield, the return team is in punt safe, as the Rangers were there. On first down, it is a run for Franco, crawling up to the 44-yard line for about 5 yards to bring up second down and 5 to go. So if you're begging pardon, Fortone to carry that time for Smithson Valley. So again, if you're the Hornets, I'm not sure that was the best time to call for a fake punt.
Well, again, I think they had everything they wanted, except for the guys didn't go after the only white jersey who could stop him, and that was the difference in execution.
After the Fortone carry, a 4-yard, second and 6. Williams hands off. Fortone again breaks a tackle in the backfield, barrels right into a Hornet defender charging up to the 47-yard line. Tackle, in quotes, was made by Kaufman, and now 3rd down and 2 to go.
Yeah, Kaufman's the one he ran over.
Yep.
He still hung on.
Maybe you give the tackle to Fortone himself, too, on top of the carry. 3rd down, 2 to go. 8:20 left, 3rd quarter, 13-point Ranger lead. Snap back to Williams, gives to Franco along the right side. He's got space to the 1st down, up to the Hornet 45.
You know, we talked about some of that's the 2nd running back in a row that's got hit by a late shot, falling on top of him while he's down, acting like they're stumbling into him. So not going to call it dirty, but those are cheap shots we're seeing now.
And your concern is always player safety.
Without a doubt.
Especially at this level.
Well, yeah, if the running back's down on the ground, all his adrenaline is gone because the play's over. The whistle's been sounded, he's down, the play's over, and then somebody else hits you. That's a late hit.
Gilliam and Wells, the receivers here on 1st down. A play fake and a shot down the field for Gilliam, and the catch in stride inside the 15 and dragged down at the 18-yard line. And floating it up as Gilliam appears to be favoring his left arm and will come out of the game.
Without a doubt, his favor in that left arm. Don't know. I thought originally maybe he just got the wind knocked out of him, but that does look like perhaps a shoulder injury.
And being worked on right now on the sidelines. But a great catch by Gilliam. Coming into the game, only 5 catches this season, although 2 of those for touchdowns, one of them in the win over Canyon 2 weeks ago. Inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 13. Williams hands off to Sill, breaks the tackle in the backfield. Sill bolts inside the 10, charging forward down to the 8. Stood for about 5 yards there for Ethan Sill. As we hit the 7-minute mark of the 3rd quarter, the Rangers leading 20-7.
Kaufman again with the tackle, and he seems to be on every tackle now for them. First half it was Michael Brown. This time it seems to be Kaufman.
Radaball checks that out, a receiver. Back into the game is the freshman Wells on 2nd down and 6. Fortone the low setback. It is a run for Fortone. Right up the gut. Fortone is stood up at about the 5. Maybe the 6-yard line for 3. 3rd down and 3 coming up. With Camacho checking back into the game here in place of Garrett Brooks.
A little slow getting up was Fortone. Don't know that everybody was a little slow up getting up on that one.
You figure a wide open playbook here for the Rangers, 3rd and 3 and a lot of options. I would look out for the quarterback draw up the middle. Williams calls for motion from Fortone. There's the quarterback draw. Behind right tackle, lunging forward for a 1st down inside the 5 is the Rangers senior quarterback. And now goal to go at the 2-yard line. I haven't seen the Rangers a whole lot of the red zone tonight. 2 of the touchdowns have come from relatively far out. There was a 3rd and goal touchdown pass in the 3 back in the 1st quarter. This goal to go for the 2. Williams keeps it himself up the left side. Barrels into the end zone. Touchdown, Smithson Valley.
Levi Williams just keeps those rushing touchdown numbers growing.
His team leading 7th rushing score of the year and the 13th of his career. And has accounted for all 4 Ranger touchdowns tonight. And again, out for the PAT, read off the snap from John Beck, set down by Gilliam. Kick is good, and the Rangers lead now at 27-7 with 5:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
Chicken Express is the place for legendary chicken tenders, the freshest sides, and the best sweet tea in Texas, Chicken E Sweet Tea. Let's give a big thank you to the Brown family for supporting all the high schools in the area for over a decade. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express.
And welcome back to Hornet Stadium here in San Antonio. Smithson Valley striking first in the second half. A 10-play drive covering 64 yards. In about 4 minutes, drive ending on a 3-yard touchdown run by Levi Williams. Smithson Valley on top, 27-7.
Offensive team huddle or bench seems to be in good spirits right now, as that was again a nice time-consuming drive in the third quarter. Took over 4 minutes, went down 66 yards in 10 plays. Kind of, I don't want to put a nail in the coffin, but started to nail that coffin up.
Well, there's 17:20 to go in game time, and the Hornets are down 3 possessions. Really tough to make that up. That's if the Rangers don't score again. Here is the kick from Reed, fielded by Rosemont at the 5, up to the 10, at the 15. A nice burst across the 20, spins out of a tackle, still running, and then tripped up at about the 35-yard line. Boy, again, you hold your breath. Anytime number 39, D'Angelo Rosemont has the football, and the Hornets take over at their own 35-yard line, down 27-7.
And you told me he plays basketball at 5'9", 165 pounds. He must be a guard.
One of his basketball teammates, by the way, his quarterback, Austin Trainer, also plays for the Hornet basketball team. East Central's had some great basketball in years past.
Yes, they have.
Trainer to the offense from the 35. 4 wide, he will head it off. Up the left side is Rosemont. And it takes 3 Rangers to bring down the 5'9", 165-pound ball carrier. Saw Zoig, Witcher back into the game on the tackle, will bring up 2nd and 10. And back to East Central basketball, Tony. They won a state title back in the mid-1990s. One of their guards, Dante Mathis.
Played for the Bobcats without a doubt, one of the favorite Bobcats of all time. Still visit with Dante via the text, and he's got some kids he trains. He wants to go to Texas State.
On 2nd down and 11. A swing pass for Rosemont is too high off his left hand. You saw 3 Rangers come in unblocked there. That wasn't a screen play, I don't think. But again, you saw 3 white shirts get right to Trainer immediately.
You don't want to be brutal, but right now no one is blocking for East Central. No one. The offensive line isn't, and I don't know who was supposed to be in front of Rosemont to help him, but no one was there.
3rd down, 11 to go from the 34. Trainer on a passing down, rolls out. The senior quarterback eyes downfield, able to connect to the 39-yard line, maybe to the 40. That's it for Taylor Neal. The catch is 2nd tonight. That'll bring up 4th down and about 5 to go. A flag back, though, at the 29-yard line. I think this might be a hold against East Central.
I think it is, but on this play, Trainer had Neal open on that sideline the whole time he was rolling out, waited till the last minute to throw it till the defense got over there and tackled him.
There's also a flag at the far side of the field near where the play ended, so this could be offsetting penalties.
Yes, it could.
Right now, 4:24 left in the 3rd. Smithson Valley leading 27-7.
Coach Hill had gone out on the field about the flag that we see nearest us, obviously what we suspect to be holding. He was pretty adamant that he wanted that one thrown.
Head official trying to get the mic to work here.
There's a live ball and a dead ball foul on the play. The live ball, we have blocking flip on the offense. That's 15 yards.
So there was illegal chop block against East Central, unsportsmanlike conduct, the other penalty. That one called against the Rangers.
They offset.
Yep. So we'll do this again. Coach Hill getting an explanation right now from one of the officials as well. Our head linesman and now the head official joins in on the conversation. 27-7.
Well, the holding play is usually a spot foul. So that one seemed to be pretty far in the backfield, plus 15 yards. I think he's curious of how they're going to walk this one off. Seems like I was wrong. It's not a spot foul. It's from the line of scrimmage.
And now Coach Hill will talk with his football team and try to get this all sorted out. I believe what happened was it was offsetting unsportsmanlike penalties.
Correct.
One against each team, but this penalty should still hold, and those two offset each other, but this penalty stands by itself. So with that, Coach Hill accepts it to make it 3rd down and long. The ball marked back to about the 20-yard line. Make it the 19, and they have to reach the 45 for a first down, so this is 3rd down and 26.
Haven't seen one of those in a while, have we?
That's that college degree going to work there. 45 minus 19 is 26, Tony.
Most of the time.
On 3rd down and a mile. Trainer on the handoff to Stevens up the middle. And Stevens sent down across the 25 with the 26. It's good for about 7 yards there, well shy of the first down, and the Hornets will punt the ball away.
You know, we've still got a ways to go in this one, a quarter and about 4 minutes. So Michael Stevens, who's averaging about 118 yards a game this season, is going to be hard-pressed to keep that average. He has not had a very successful night tonight.
Last time Trainer went out there for a punt, the Hornets tried to execute a fake. The Rangers weren't fooled. Again, this would be the spot you would try, but because you did earlier, the Rangers on red alert, and Trainer does punt the ball away. Sill fields it at about the 37. And able to protect the football as he is stacked up at the 40-yard line for a 3-yard return. Inside of 4 minutes to go in the third, 3:36 left. Smithson Valley leading 27-7. The Ranger offense has scored touchdowns on 4 of its last 5 possessions.
That has a good sound to it.
It does. Again, you know, I mentioned rhythm. And the first 3 games of the season, Tony, you look back at the losses to Midland Lee, to Madison, to Clemens, there was no rhythm at all. But against Canyon last week, they found it, and it has not lost them tonight here in San Antonio 2 weeks later. On first down, Williams on the quarterback run up the middle, and he is hit up high there by Justin Gutierrez. Hope that Levi gets up okay. Helped up by a couple of his teammates. Wrapped up low, finished off high, and Williams shaken up and limping noticeably towards the Smithson Valley sideline. And it'll be looked at by the Ranger training staff as we see Luke Gombert come into the game now at quarterback.
He seems a little distraught, meaning someone who ever had him low might have twisted something while it was down there. Again, it was Gutierrez that hit him high. I didn't see who had him low, but it's the low part that he's most concerned about.
Big game tonight so far for Williams. 3 touchdown passes and a touchdown run, and now off of the Rangers sideline. So here's Gombert, who's attempted 4 passes all season. Here, hands off on the draw to Franco, explodes up towards midfield, and has it up for the Ranger first down.
Yeah, things are a little chippy out there. It's a great job of the offensive line, a little trap block there to give him the hole, and Franco just burst through it. You described it well.
Again, Franco did not carry the ball once against Canyon 2 weeks ago, but he and Fortone, a good 1-2 combo so far tonight. Have not seen Darlington Frash at all this evening, but he is on the sidelines. We're in full uniform. Helmet is on as well, the sophomore tailback. First down for the midfield stripe. Gombert hands off to Fortone. Rangers shuffling the deck in terms of plays for the running backs. And this time Fortone's turn will result in 5 yards to make a 2nd down and 5 to go.
Good work by the offensive line again, trying to to give him some room just off tackle, and did a great job of creating a lane for him to run to.
We see Williams with his helmet off and trying to work the legs a bit right now. And the trainer will go and speak with Coach Hill, Thomas Petmecke. 2nd and 6. Officially, here's Gobbert with a handoff to Franco. Behind left tackle, Franco with a nice run out in space. Whistles finally blow. Franco never goes down. And the Ranger fans looking for the call there, and some of them applauding the effort of Franco on top of it as he takes the ball up to the 40-yard line for another Ranger first down.
Jeremiah Richardson wasn't going to let him go, and Franco wasn't going to go down, and it ended up being a first down run that got back about 10 yards back from where it went forward to. Fortune had another great block for him to lead on that left edge. Levi, the trainers went through a lot of different range of motions for the leg. Looked like he's been told he probably won't play anymore tonight. No reason to play.
And now the Rangers call for timeout. That is their first. Coach Hill looks to be upset about something. With 1:32 to go in the third, Smithson Valley leading 27-7. So far, fairly conservative play calling since Gobbert came into the game at quarterback for Smithson Valley. The Rangers looking to pick up their first road win of the season. This just their second road game this year. Lost their first road game in the 26-6A opener at Clemens. You go back to 2010, this team has played very well away from Ranger Stadium, a record of 34-8 over the past 8+ seasons, an 81% winning percentage. You look ahead of the schedule, the road games remaining for Smithson Valley. At Steele in 2 weeks, they close out the regular season at New Braunfels in week 11. Meanwhile, looking at East Central, a 4-1 football team coming in, but off the heels of an 0-10 season, 1-9 the year before that, going 1-19 in Coach Joe Hubbard's first 2 years. Prior to this 2-year stretch, the Hornets actually a pretty good football program, having gone to the postseason 7 years in a row. But with a change to this district, East Central before played in kind of a Corpus Christi district, maybe San Antonio Southwest, but now looped in with Smithson Valley and Judson and Steele and Clemens and that company, finding life much harder. Out of the timeout, run play for Franco, bounces off the tackle. And Franco charging inside the 25-yard line, out of bounds at the Hornet sideline at the 22.
Mark Franco is running like he wants his job back. He is running with some kind of effort and energy and just blowing through some tacklers.
For the first time tonight, we see Chris Rivera checking at wide receiver for Smithson Valley. He did not play in the Winter Canyon 2 weeks either, but it was also in uniform for the entire game. In there now, splitting out wide to the right of Williams. On first down, Williams back into the game. For Smithson Valley is a running play, or Gobbert, beg your pardon, the quarterback still in there for the Rangers, and the number 2 got scrunched up a bit, not 13. Meanwhile, the running play inside the 10 out of bounds at the 8-yard line for another first down.
The receivers all went out in pass patterns, but the ball was handed off, as you would expect it will continue to be.
And you heard Tony about playing it safe with Williams. He's on the training table right now, and the jersey is off. So, yes his night likely, almost certainly is done. Final 45 seconds of the third. Gobbert at quarterback, goal to go from the 9. Gobbert hands off to Franco, up behind right guard, spun around and drops the flag, flies in behind the play. Tackle made by Keyshawn King, and we'll check the penalty.
Would be in the area of holding, but I just don't know if it looks like that's what it is.
The call is offsides, I think, against East Central. If so, that was a late flag. Oh, it is holding.
Yeah.
Our head official put his hands to his hips first.
He's trying to turn his microphone on, and he's struggling with it.
Our vantage point, by the way, is behind the Ranger sideline, so our head official's back is to us.
Yes.
So that'll make it goal to go now from the 19.
Still first down.
With 30 seconds to go in the third. Let's see if Gobbert gets a chance to pass the ball here. On first down, Gobbert on the play fake. We'll hand it off on the draw. And that's Fortone. And Fortone able to carry the football out to about the 14-yard line for 5. And that will end the third quarter. Smithson Valley is now 12 minutes away from going to 2-1 in 26-6A play. Heading into the fourth, your score, Smithson Valley 27, East Central 7. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
Smoky Mo's is great. You can feed a whole bunch of people on a little bit of money. It's perfect for Friday nights.
My boy's a football player, and this fills him up. The brisket is awesome.
I like brisket and sweet. Brisket. I can't say it.
They have the best turkey, brisket, sausage in all of Comal County.
I agree, and the kids love it too.
You're never going to play offensive line for the Rangers eating salad. Come get some beef.
Get your guns up.
Go Rangers!
Back inside Hornet Stadium in San Antonio, Smithson Valley in control, leading 27-7. Some concern right now, though, for Ranger quarterback Levi Williams. Took an awkward shot late in the third quarter, is on the sidelines, jersey is off, appears to be done for the night. But the good news is the team is up by 20, heading into the final 12 minutes. And Luke Gobbert out there, quarterback, has done nothing but head it off so far. Second to go for the 14. Gobbert here is throwing over the middle. Had an open receiver, believe Ethan Sill, and just dropped it at about the 5-yard line. Will set up third down and goal.
Hit him right between the numbers and popped out. Couldn't have had a much better throw down low, let the receiver go down and get it. And Ethan's made some great plays tonight, just didn't catch that one.
And get a passing down here for the junior quarterback, Luke Gobbert. Some important plays here for Gobbert if one is to assume that he could be in line for the starting job next year. Third and goal. The junior back to throw. Throwing to his right towards the end zone. Looking for Sill. Good coverage zone from Thompson. And not a big passing window there for Gobbert. And the Rangers will send out Reed to attempt a field goal from 31 yards out.
That time it was Muchagemba and Frank Ford getting after it at the end of the play. Seems like we've been a while since we've seen something at the end of the play. It wasn't going on between one of ours and one of theirs.
And again, the sophomore Muchagemba getting the start tonight for Smithson Valley at left guard. And now here is Reed from 31 yards away. Beck will snap it to Gilliam to hold. For the right-footed kicker. And for a 23-point lead. And the Rangers have it. Field goal is good. Off the foot of Mason Reed, the 13th field goal of his career. 11:51 left, fourth quarter. Smithson Valley 30, East Central 7. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
We've got spirit. Yeah, we do. Fill up your tank and support the Rangers, too. When you get gas, look for the Rangers Spirit Pump because Pit Stop and Fishers are donating a percentage of sales from that pump to the Smithson Valley Athletic Booster to support our student athletes. Get gas here and fill up the Booster Club's bank. Here's where you can find your Spirit Pumps. When you see it, pull up and fill up, Rangers.
Welcome back to San Antonio on the Rangers Network. Smithson Valley adding to its lead moments ago, capping off an 8-play, 46-yard drive in 3 minutes and 8 seconds. 31-yard field goal for Mason Reed. Ranger lead balloons to 30-7 with 11:51 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Reed's ensuing kickoff. Has had trouble kicking towards this end all night. Fielded at about the 5 by Rosemont. Hands off to Thompson, running to the 20, 25 across the 30. And finally, Stevens there on the handoff is sent down at about the 34-yard line.
In any event, every time one of those two touches the ball, they get out near the 35-yard line or further because they're just that good.
Curious what the Hornets do here. It's a 4-possession game, down 30-27, or 3 if you throw in 2-point conversions.
Yes.
But this is not a team known for its passing attack. You stay with the run here and give the ball to your best playmakers in Rosemont and Stevens.
Trying to get the play clock set to 25 so the referee can start it. And the clock operator just keeps going.
I think that was one of the issues earlier when Coach Hill called for the timeout late in the third quarter.
Right.
Had to do with the play clock. So, first half of the 35 for Trainer in the offense. Looking to get something going here. Down by 23. Trainer with the handoff. Rosemont looking for a hole. Instead, he finds 2 Ranger defenders. Colemansberger there for Smithson Valley. Also into the play there, McElroy at a loss of 1 back to the 34-yard line. Will bring up second down and 11.
We also had clock troubles on the very first play of the game, if you'll remember. It ran out when we had no idea it was running down.
That's right.
And by the way, Corey McElroy, who's up near the top, if not at the top of total tackles this season for the Rangers, is having a big night again tonight.
He is at the top. 38 stops coming into the game, coming off a team high 13 tackles in the Winter Canyon, including a tackle for loss and a sack. Trainer off the play fake on second and long is slugged down at the 35-yard line. Trey Moore in on another play, as was McElroy. They will give Trainer a yard there to bring up third down and 10.
Kind of funny as he was going down, somebody grabbed something. It must have been a shoulder pad because he kind of spun around a little bit. Glad to see a flag didn't come out on that one.
Now see some ice wrapped on the knees of Levi Williams, the Rangers sideline. And again, his night is done.
Probably something he has on his knees after every game.
Fair enough. 3rd and 10. Trainer calls for the snap. The Rangers bring a blitz. Trainer steps up and throws on the run. Man, wide open Stevens, but has to go down to the ground to make the catch, and does at the 40-yard line. If Trainer hits him in stride, he's gone.
And there were 2 receivers over here. Zapata had run a good-looking route and got open going towards the hashes on the right side. Trainer was simply running for his life when he found Stevens.
You credit Trainer, they're stepping up against the pressure. Able to find the open receiver. In that case, Stevens now first down for the 40. Rangers this time rush 4. Pass is caught at the far sideline in front of the Hornet bench at the 34. He reeled in by Jordan Perry, his second catch tonight. That's good for about 5 yards there with 9:53 left in the fourth quarter. Rangers leading 30-7.
Defense kind of back on its heels a little bit right now. Someone needs to stand up and make a play.
This has been a big play offense all year for East Central. Coming off the back-to-back 26-6A wins over San Marcos and New Braunfels. Winning streak in jeopardy. Here's a run for Stevens. Spins out of trouble to his left, back to his right. But too many white shirts there for the tackle. Eggleston, the one that finally drags him down to the 35-yard line. Get him a yard for Stevens. A lot of work for only a yard. And now third down and 4.
He is has the ability to make a lot of people miss. It's just that he's never left with just 1 or 2 guys around him.
Veteran player, Stevens, third year playing varsity football here at East Central. Team's leading rusher, now over 600 yards in the season. And now 3rd and 5 for the Hornets. Trainer on the rollout. The senior with his eyes downfield. Runs out of time and hits the down marker. That's not an eligible receiver. And it brings up 4th down and 5.
Smithson Valley came into the game averaging just under 27 points a game. East Central was averaging over 30. The Rangers defense, which has held its opponents to 23 a game, is doing a pretty good job of holding down East Central tonight.
So Trainer's pass actually looks like it destroyed that down marker. And the officials are calling for a timeout to address it.
It just took the stripe off, or the slat off.
And so an official's timeout comes with 9:06 to go in the fourth quarter. Smithson Valley leading 30-7. 4 touchdown day today for Levi Williams. 3 through the air, 1 on the ground. Rangers on their way to improving to 8-0 all time in the series. And again, not many close games. Average margin of victory over the Hornets over the first 7 wins, more than 37 points per game. So this a relative nail-biter in this series.
And 4 of those all recently, the other ones were a ways back.
That's right.
Back when they played good basketball.
4th down and 5. Hornets obviously going forward, coming out of the officials' timeout at the Rangers 34. Trainer off the play fake, looking downfield, steps up against the pressure, and now he goes down.
Trey Witcher.
The sack back at the 38-yard line. Another turnover on downs for the Ranger defense.
Trey Witcher has just become a beast this year defensively. His 3rd quarterback sack to go with over 24 tackles, 2 other tackles for loss, a blocked punt. He's having a heck of a year.
He's already surpassed his sack total from a season ago when he was only a sophomore. Ranger defense comes off a really nice bounce-back effort tonight by Smithson Valley's defense after Canyon reeled off a lot of big plays 2 weeks ago in the last game, scoring 33 points.
See how conservative we start here.
On first down is a run for Franco, running to his left, spun around to the 40-yard line. Tackle there for the Hornets was made by Jacob Gonzalez. Good for about 3 yards there, maybe 2. We'll call it 2nd down and 8. Smithson Valley will improve to 2-3 on the year, but more importantly, 2-1 in 26 6A play. East Central will fall to 2-1, so the Rangers, by virtue of the tiebreaker, will hurdle the Hornets in the standings. On 2nd and long, run for Franco again, this time the right side opposite away. Franco was slung down from behind at the 46-yard line. Zachary Zion's the one to tackle. Will set up about 3rd down and 3 after a good 2nd down run by Franco.
The senior defensive tackle ran a long way to get to him.
He did.
But never gave up.
You look at the other games tonight, and you assume that Clemens will hold on to beat Canyon and that Steele would beat San Marcos, which would mean there will be 4 teams sitting at 2-1 in district play. East Central, Steele, Clemens, and the Rangers. And everybody looking up at the 3-0 Judson Rockets, so the Rangers will face next week. 3rd down and 3. Gombert will not crown the stop because there was a whistle blown first for a delay of game.
Needless to say, we need a healthy Levi Williams
in that game
next Friday night.
The Rockets 5-0 on the year now and not really challenged so far this season either.
They've been something else, climbing all the area polls and the state polls and being recognized as one of the elite teams in the state.
What a game a year ago between those two there in Converse at Rutledge Stadium. Won by the Rangers at overtime in dramatic fashion. There was that 90-yard-plus touchdown of the game for Smithson Valley, scored by Mason Pierce. On 3rd down and 8, and Gombert is sacked for a loss back to the 34-yard line by the blitzing Keyshawn King. And the Rangers will punt it away to East Central. Whistles blow again. A stoppage of the clock. Was there a timeout called by East Central? Or was there another flag?
I don't see a flag.
I don't either.
I think our referee's trying to see why the clock was stopped. Who called the timeout?
Clock stops with 6:45 to go to the 4th. It was called by one of these two teams by East Central.
Gombert did a great job of recognizing the blitz, just couldn't get away from it. And part of being a sophomore and not having the kind of experience just to throw that ball away before there is anything.
And it was Trevon Merritt-Woodard who scored the game winner in overtime, a walk-off touchdown, and the win over the Rockets.
This end zone.
Yes. Yep, to our left, correct.
Yeah, this end zone coming this way. Got a great pass.
Yes, he did. From Levi Williams. And don't you know the Rockets are going to remember that?
Oh, yes, they will.
Going into the game next Friday. Out to punt the ball away. It's not Gilliam out there for the Rangers.
But Gommert is in the
punt formation.
In punt formation. Do you see the number?
Hard to tell from our vantage point here. It's not Gilliam, I can tell you that.
Yeah. It's the backup.
And here is
Brooks.
the punt. It is from Brooks, angled towards the Hornet sideline. Will sail out of bounds as it goes airborne. And our official will mark it out across the 45 near midfield. And he keeps walking all the way to the 46-yard line of Ranger territory, a 12-yard punt there for Brooks. With 6:41 to go, Rangers have led throughout, leading now 30-7.
The scientific part of that thing that you see in every football game is the referee is spotting where it went out of bounds from his angle, which isn't behind the punter.
No.
So how does he know exactly where that ball went out of bounds?
And standing a good 30 yards behind the ball.
Yeah.
First down for Trainer, the offense off the play fake, a completion to the far side for Perry. And Perry is sit out by Jalen Nutt inside the 40 at about the 37-yard line for 7 yards. Busy night tonight for Jordan Perry. We'll bring up second out and 3.
Tell you what, the more I see him play, the more I like Jalen Nutt, the sophomore corner, who's been thrust into action this year and is doing a great job.
You look at the secondary for Smithson Valley, and on top of losing Pierce and Woodard in the secondary from a year ago, you start Nick Aiken at cornerback. He appears to be done maybe for the season. And now you have Nutt and Colin Betsy, the one starting at cornerback this year for the Rangers. On for second down rather in shorts. Good run play there for Rosemont for a first down up to the Smithson Valley 32-yard line.
First time all night I've seen Rosemont just look for a first down.
Mm-hmm. By the way, you'll see both Nutt and Betsy again next year. You heard Tony say Nutt only a sophomore, Betsy only a junior. And some valuable experience here in 2018 for those two. Safeties are Mason Livingston and Ethan Sill. Still the only senior among the group. First down from the 33. Trainer looking to his right. Has a man wide open, got behind Betsy, but then lost the sideline as he goes out early at about the 7-yard line. Catch made by Zapata.
We're running a zone. Betsy releases him to Sill. Sill still too much in the middle of the field. A great read. They've obviously learned something through the course of the game. That's happened a lot tonight. First time they've taken advantage of it.
A touchdown on this drive for East Central would make it a 2-possession game with 6 minutes to go. And the Hornets do have all 3 timeouts left. And remember, the Rangers are without their starting quarterback. And Jeremiah Gilliam, his jersey is off and his shoulders wrapped up. On first and goal, Trainer has nobody open, takes off to run to his right and dragged down by Zoig. Betsy also there for the Rangers, the 7-yard line. Second and goal.
So the scramble picks up a couple, but Trainer seems to be running for his life every time he goes back for a pass.
And there, too, with Trainer not getting the ball out on the pass, costing East Central here about 30 seconds of valuable time. See a lot in the backfield along with Rosemont on second and goal. A lot of time used between snaps. Trainer will head it off to Rosemont and nowhere to go. He is stood up at about the 8-yard line. He'll lose a yard and more time will tick off the clock. The next snap will come at around 4:30 to go in the game. And all of a sudden, East Central is in a lot of trouble here.
It's funny how our end and linebacker are sealing the corner so many times, forcing the running back to come up inside, and our defensive tackles and linebackers are just there waiting for him. It's been a great scheme of not just scheming it, but running the scheme the right way.
But I'm curious again, when you're down 3 possessions and this close, why you're not calling passes here, or at least getting the ball out to try to stop the clock as your worst case scenario. On third and goal, here's a pass to the end zone, and Zapata's got it. Touchdown, East Central. And the Hornets do get their touchdown and make it a 2-possession game, pending the PAT. So Adrian Zapata, his team-leading 3rd touchdown catch this season. 2 of them coming in 26-6A play for Trainer. His 4th touchdown pass. PAT is up, hits the upright, no good. Off the foot of Garcia, so it is not a 2-possession game. The Rangers hold a 17-point lead with 4:31 to go in the 4th quarter. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
With GVTC Connect Home, I can get 24-hour-a-day security monitoring and even get alerts on my phone while I'm on the field at practice. I can lock and unlock my doors, arm and disarm the system remotely, and even see who's on my front porch right here on my smartphone. Coach, wipe your feet.
Let GVTC give you peace of mind when you're not at home. Sign up for GVTC Connect Home today.
And welcome back to San Antonio. Smithson Valley leading 30-13 with 4 minutes and change. 4 minutes, 31 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Leading again by 17 points, but the Hornets coming off a scoring drive, 7 plays, 46 yards, 2 minutes and 59 seconds. It was a 3rd and goal touchdown pass, Trainer to Zapata, but the missed PAT means it is still a 3-possession Ranger lead. And now Smithson Valley out to expect the onside kick attempt here from the Hornets. And this is Noah Chavez.
This isn't the one who missed the field goal try earlier, because this would not be good if he missed this. It's a funky angle.
5 players to his right and to his left. And the Hornets didn't like what they saw. They'll call for a precious timeout. Boy, you have in real time about 90 seconds to get that set up after the touchdown. Don't like what you see, and now with time not on your side, needing to stop the clock to get the ball back potentially, you burn one of the timeouts.
And maybe you're playing for another game. Maybe this is just, coaching. Since this game pretty much has been decided for a while. Maybe it's just Joe Hubbard saying, let's talk about this. He appears to be a left-footed kicker. So being curious, I'm kind of curious of why he's kicking
that direction
to his left,
right,
meaning his right foot could be offsides the minute he kicks it. But he's still going that direction, it looks.
Let's see how the formation splits here for East Central. And you have 10 Rangers all within 5 yards of one another. Waiting for the onside. And again, you see Chavez will kick to his left.
He's
off
offside.
His left foot.
He's offside.
Got it right to Will Gibbons.
The kicker can't stand offsides any more than anyone else can.
So Smithson Valley takes over at midfield, looking to kill some clock, maybe add some points to its total, and cruise to its 2nd win of the season. And for Coach Hill, the countdown to 250 continues. This will be career win number 248 at Smithson Valley. And 8 of them coming again over the alma mater.
Not sure this is the way he wanted to start his first 5 games, or first 6 games at 2 and 3.
The most wins he has against one opponent, Canyon, 19 of them after the win 2 weeks ago. On first down, it is a run up behind right guard and turning out to the 44-yard line for Smithson Valley, the ball carrier, and that was for Tone. You look at the Ranger lineup right now, still quite a few starters out there for Smithson Valley. In fact, I don't see any backups in the game right now with the exception of Gomberg in there right now for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I think the offensive line's staying solid here, and they want to finish strong.
You do see now, though, Teetsman and Chandler Cole checking out receiver.
It became 30-14 all of a sudden. I don't know if you noticed that, but they got that extra point that they missed has been credited to them.
Yeah, the scoreboard does read 14, but the ball clearly didn't go through.
clearly.
On second down, Fortuna, big run inside the 35-yard line, motors inside the 25, and down to the Hornets 20 for a gain of 25 yards.
He's looking really special for a running back that didn't touch the ball in the first 3 games.
Not at all. Just in there as a blocking back, that H-back position. But he's a factor now with the ball in his hands. And it's interesting, nobody in the Rangers sideline has noticed that yet, Tony, the scoreboard. It's important because the 1 point is the difference between a 2-possession and 3-possession lead.
It is. Kind of curious how the scoreboard got that way.
On first down, Fortuna again has his number 3 called. And Fortuna muscles up for about 4 yards. So the 17, making the 16-yard line. So that's about a 5-yard gain as we hit the 3-minute mark of the fourth quarter. And the Rangers, despite what the scoreboard may say, leading 30-13.
Not real sure if I saw right, but it looked like left tackle Logan Smith did a little trap block to his right and was in between he and Muchagimba for the hole that time for the running back. Our offensive line is working their tails off tonight.
2nd and 5 now inside the red zone of the Hornets 17. Gombert hands off to Fortune. Cutting upfield, Fortune down to about the 11. And I believe has another first down, and he does. And this will kill some more clock and move the chains.
It's been fun tonight watching center Devin Smith, the 6'4", 240-pound junior. He has been in a battle on every snap and has done a great job in the second half of being on his feet in that battle almost every play.
This has been one of the better games this season, I would say, for the offensive line. And now Coach Hill making a sub up front as we see Devin Hodges check in on the O-line, and he'll take the place of Ronald Copney at right tackle. Copney appears to be favoring his right shoulder right now.
We don't need any more injuries.
Especially to Copney, arguably the Rangers' best O-lineman. So the clock stops for the injury. And here we go, first down and 10, just outside the 10-yard line. Gombert off the awkward snap, able to gather it in, running it himself. Gombert now throws the ball away. I know Gombert there didn't want to lose yardage, but that does stop the clock for East Central with 2:21 to go.
I don't.
I know, Tony. I mean, the chances of East Central coming back in this game are very small. But you think about situational football in the future for Gombert in that situation.
Without a doubt. It's second down. The bad snap creates. Great block by the freshman Wells to keep him from getting hit from behind early on in that. I don't know that. I don't know.
By the way, I don't know if you could pick that up. There was kind of a Bronx cheer from the Ranger fans because they finally took that point off the scoreboard.
Yes, they did.
On second down, run play for Franco, able to evade a man in the backfield, and Franco powers inside the 5 to the 4-yard line for 7 yards. We'll set up third down and 3. East Central defender awkwardly getting up. That's Frank Ford. Big defensive end, rolls back upright, and now third down.
And by the way, Logan Smith, our left tackle, 6'4", 245, was just standing next to their inside linebacker, Ricky Rodriguez, who's listed at 5'8" and 200 pounds. I'd be surprised if he's anything over 5'5".
Third and 3, the Rangers can't get a first down here without scoring. Gombert on the rollout, the throw to the end zone, and it is incomplete for Howell. Good coverage there from East Central as well. Defended by Knight, and it's going to bring up fourth down.
Will you kick a field goal or will you just run another play? By the way, Gombert on that play a little bit late in the pass. Coverage, Hopper was open, but he waited long enough that the defender got there and just got a hand in the way. Just timing's everything in the passing game. We both know that. We've seen it from so many quarterbacks through the years. Luke's still adjusting to the speed of the game as a sophomore who hasn't played a lot of varsity ball. But I like what he does, and I think he's going to be a good one.
And the Rangers are going for it. Fourth down and 3 at the 4. Whistles blow before the play. Timeout, East Central. And again, that timeout comes to the clock stopped. Again, the game is pretty much out of reach, yes, but minute 44 to go. Smithson Valley on top, 30-13.
What you're trying to say is this game should be ending by now.
Selfishly, Tony, yes, you just want to get this final 104 seconds to tick away. And, you know, in all fairness to Coach Hubbard, this timeout, it's not about, you know, what are you doing? You got to keep your timeouts. You're down 17 with a minute 44 left. For him, I would think this is a coachable moment here.
Right.
Hey, look, they're about to run a 4th down play at the 4-yard line. We need to stop here. You don't know in a couple of weeks when we may need this again, so let's get this right.
Where it may mean more than this one means now.
Right.
Yes. I think there's no doubt it's a coaching moment, just like I think the one was before. He's just trying to coach them up. They're in a successful season. They're still going to be 2-1 in district. They still have a chance to get that 4th spot for the playoffs. 2
wins away from clinching a winning season.
Yeah.
Is East Central. For a team that's gone 1-19 the previous 2 years, the Hornets are 1 win shy of matching the win total from the previous 3 years combined. 4th and 3, Gommert throws for the end zone for Radaball, but over his head, incomplete. A little antsy there throwing the football. Should have waited another half second, you think. Covered in the end zone by James Gentry, and the Hornets take over on downs.
Just a tough pass play anyway when you're just throwing it up for a jump ball in the corner of the end zone. The defensive back was waiting for him. Radaball did a nice job getting to the point. The ball could have been waited a while earlier. I think if it was thrown a little bit earlier, maybe he'd have caught it at the goal line. Now you ask your defense to make a few tackles and get out of here.
Hornets backed up at their own 4-yard line with a minute 40 to go, and now out of timeouts. Trainer coming off his touchdown pass the previous drive, back to throw on 1st down. Airs it out down the middle and too high. Down the field for Perry, and they're nut on coverage. Rangers still have all the starters out there defensively. 2nd and 10.
Nutt step for step with Perry, the quick running back receiver. The ball would have had to have been perfectly thrown to have any chance.
Perry only 2 catches on the season coming into the game tonight. Has already surpassed that total this evening. A bit more pass heavy for the Hornets than we thought coming in. A product, though, of playing from behind. On 2nd and 10. Trainer a running play here on the give to Rosemond. Rosemond cutting it outside and stops the clock out of bounds at about the 18-yard line there. Good 2nd down run for 14 yards.
It's funny, I've been watching the defensive line. They're just doing anything they want with their offensive line. On the pass play before, they just went right past the lineman. That time pretty much did the same, only got caught inside because the running back got out past the edge.
Final minute 28. 1st down Hornets at their own 18. Trainer, the throw again. Has it complete to Zapata. Looking for the sideline, didn't get it. Tackled in bounds by Romano. Clock is ticking. Approaching a minute to go in the 4th quarter.
Christian Romano has played a lot of snaps tonight as well. Done a pretty good job in coverage.
One of the players getting more playing time with the injury to Aiken. On 2nd and short, Trainer off the play fake, facing a 4-man rush, steps up, unloads over the far side, incomplete for Perry, looking for a flag that won't come. And now 57 seconds to go.
Jalen Nutt did a great job that time of being on his outside leverage. And as Perry tried to turn back because he saw the ball going further, Nutt was just there, in essence, holding him, which is not a penalty because he's got to the spot first. Perry begging for a flag of a ball that's 6 feet over his head.
3rd and 2 now. Trainer on the handoff to his left. Rosemond tracked down by Zoig, slinging him down in bounds to the 25-yard line, short of the 1st down. And now 4th of the yard coming up for East Central. This could be their final offensive play tonight.
Tanner Hoback, that's a junior defensive end, did a great job of pushing Rosemond out, waiting for pursuit to get to him. Didn't let him cut back at all to get that yardage.
Hoback had his first sack of the season in the win 2 weeks ago over Canyon. A look to the Hornets sideline. And they are going to run another play here. Well, they have time to anyway. There's about a 8-second difference between the shot clock, between the game clock and the play clock. Basketball starts soon. The play clock winds down to 0, but the game clock is at 5 seconds. It's still ticking. It shouldn't.
They're going to say that's the game.
Will they?
They did.
Well, the ball is still on the field. The coaches aren't making their meeting at midfield yet. It should be a penalty against East Central.
For delay of game.
Right, but the game shouldn't end.
But yeah, it's still 4th down.
Well, but is it because there's a flag with a live clock running, is there a runoff to end the game? I believe that might be the case here.
They haven't thrown the flag.
Good ball. On the offense. 5 yards to previous spot.
All right, so there is no runoff.
I don't think that happens in high school.
I guess not. The only reason I thought it might is the way the Hornets were reacting as they walked off the field there. So, one more play in the game. The Hornets send out the punting unit. Nobody back deep for the Rangers. And here we go. It is a kick by Trainer. Nobody back deep, and that will do it. Smithson Valley on a winning streak as they come off the bye and defeat East Central on the road, heading the Hornets just their second loss of the 2018 season. Final score from San Antonio, Smithson Valley 30, East Central 13. Back to wrap things up. This is Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
We've got spirit. Yeah, we do. Fill up your tank and support the Rangers, too. When you get gas, look for the Rangers Spirit Pump because Pit Stop and Fishers are donating a percentage of sales from that pump to the Smithson Valley Athletic Booster to support our student athletes. Get gas here and fill up the Booster Club's bank. Here's where you can find your Spirit Pumps. When you see it, pull up and fill up, Rangers.
Welcome back to Hornet Stadium. Back to wrap things up. Smithson Valley victorious over East Central 30-13. Back inside the broadcast booth, Brent Freeman alongside Tony Brubaker. And Tony, Smithson Valley established a lead early, did not relinquish. Very effective game for the offense. Got back into the rhythm as they were 2 weeks ago when they scored 52 in the win over Canyon. Defensively, a bounce-back effort after giving up 33 against the Cougars before the bye week.
Agreed. Everything. I think being able to run the ball as efficiently and as effectively as they did tonight gave them the opportunity to do what they wanted to do offensively, and that stretched the defense with some throws over the top. Seemed to be, if they weren't running on all cylinders, they were really close tonight offensively. Defensively, I think that it's kind of curious to see how East Central's gone 4-1. Their offensive line doesn't seem to be able to block anybody very good. Because we seem to get past their line all the time and all night long. Rosemond is a great back. Stevens is a great back. Stevens just never got to the edge like Rosemond did and doesn't seem to have that initial first burst. But I thought both sides of the ball did really well. We missed an extra point. Our punting game wasn't great. We kicked the ball out of bounds a couple of times. But overall, I think the team effort was remarkable. And it's a game you had to win, and they did.
Levi Williams kicking off his big game against Canyon. 5 touchdowns. The win over the Cougars accounts for 4 tonight. 3 passing, 1 on the ground, but did suffer an injury in the third quarter of this game. Did not return. Hopefully looking out for the best for Levi Williams as the Rangers get ready for a big test next week against Judson.
I think he's going to be okay just by the nature of what we saw after the game. There was no reason to put him back in there, but he will be a necessary cog in that train that comes out next weekend.
And again, Smithson Valley will host the Judson Rockets next Friday at Ranger Stadium at 7:30, a game we will have for you on the Rangers Network. And Smithson Valley will enter that game with a record of 2-3, but more importantly, 2-1 in 26-6A play. And for the time being right now, at a tie for second place. And that's going to do it for our coverage here from Hornet Stadium. On behalf of our entire Rangers Network crew and from my broadcast partner, Tony Brubaker, I'm Brent Freeman saying good night from San Antonio.